And good afternoon from the IndianaWeatherOnline.com Weather Center, bringing you the video update this afternoon to try to keep you ahead of this major winter and ice storm that will impact most of Indiana and most of Ohio. Brandon Redmond here with you this afternoon, bringing you an update. First and foremost, let's take a look at what's happening right now. We do have some freezing rain and some sleet developing back towards the St. Louis area. This whole area of precipitation is moving to the east very quickly. And I think freezing rain could begin to impact western portions of Indiana by Vincennes and Terre Haute as early as 5 o'clock this afternoon. We do have winter storm watches in effect for the entire state of Indiana. Blizzard watches in our far northwestern portion of the state, including St. Joseph, Lake, Benton, and Porter counties. Blizzard conditions expected over much of northern Indiana, and I would be very surprised if we don't see those blizzard watches or warnings possibly extended over towards the Fort Wayne area. One thing that I like to talk about when we're dealing with freezing rain situations is how does freezing rain develop? A lot of people think the temperature has to be near freezing, and that is not the case. What happens is its temperatures in the upper layers of the atmosphere are warm, which causes that snow to melt and turn into raindrops. Temperatures, though, are below freezing, and those raindrops freeze at the surface. That's what we get with freezing rain. This is the Hydraulic Prediction Center of the National Weather Service. Their forecast map as far as icing possibilities go. The red area is a high probability of significant ice, and you can see pretty much right up the I-70 corridor, basically where we're looking at some significant and possibly dangerous amounts of ice from Terre Haute over to Indianapolis, Richmond, Muncie, Dayton, and the Greenville, Ohio areas. Farther to the north, we're expecting massive amounts of snowfall. In fact, portions of northern Indiana and Illinois into northwestern Ohio will probably be measuring snow by feet rather than inches. As I said, I do expect blizzard conditions across northern Indiana. This map shows the area highlighted in blue, pretty much where I think those core blizzard conditions will develop. Pretty much north of a Lafayette to Fort Wayne area, where they're looking at 12 to 16 inches of snowfall. Here's the latest forecast map, and you can see that we're expecting destructive ice storm conditions pretty much across the heart of central Indiana, from, like I said earlier, Vincennes, Lafayette, up to the Indianapolis, Newcastle, even down to Bloomington, over to Muncie, Portland, Winchester, over towards Greenville, Ohio, and Dayton, maybe even as far north as Salina, Ohio, up to an inch of ice accumulation, possibly even more than that, 3 to 5 inches of sleet and snow. Farther north towards Lafayette, Fort Wayne, Decatur, Kokomo, expecting blizzard conditions, 5 to 10 inches of some snow, maybe possibly more than that, with some sleet mixed in. Very gusty winds, though, behind the system. That not only means that we're going to be looking at whiteout conditions and blowing and drifting, but it also means that we're going to be looking at a chance of some prolonged power outages, because we're going to be looking at additional damage to power lines, not only caused by the ice, but caused by the wind. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., it does look like the far southern portions of the state could get warm enough to see a transition over just to plain rain. I think pretty much south of Terre Haute, Shelbyville gets 33, 34 degrees by tomorrow, which ends the freezing rain threat there. Farther north, though, Richmond, Indianapolis, Crawfordsville, Lafayette, Kokomo, Muncie, all winter precipitation, and a historic ice storm will unfold tomorrow. I cannot stress that enough. My goal is to not panic anyone, but this will be a historic ice storm. It will occur from Terre Haute, Indianapolis, Richmond, Muncie, Dayton, Greenville, Winchester areas. Like I said, an inch of ice, possibly even more than that, and individuals living in those areas should prepare for long-term power outages, days, possibly even weeks. That significant icing pretty much goes all the way from Missouri into northwestern Ohio, and northern Indiana is where we're going to see those blizzard conditions with heavy snowfall and whiteout conditions. Stay tuned to Winchester's Star 98.3. I'll have updates on the radio station throughout the day. And of course, here on IndianaWeatherOnline.com, we'll be keeping you updated throughout the afternoon and the evening.